This is Valerio Colantonio, and this is the project for Interacción Tangible of the Multimedia degree of the work. One of the problems that we have in the city is the care about the plants. And for this reason, this project is about to create a system that care about the right humidity in our plants. Since the people that we live in the city usually don't have much experience in growing plants, how can we use technology to help us, and what characteristic of the plant we need to control so that they grow well? One of these characteristics that we need to control is the humidity. If it is little, the plant will end up dying, and if it is excessive, the plant will end up rotting. So the original idea is to create a system with Arduino to measure the plant's soil moisture. In this way, we can control it and give the right humidity to every plant. The original system was created with an Arduino 1, but Arduino Uno, but it was changed by an Arduino Nano that have the same characteristic, but it is very, very small to fit in the case of the system. And the liquid crystal display was changed by one that it is smaller. So the system consists of a moisture sensor, that is the component that will measure the humidity of the soil, an Arduino Nano, an OLED display of a resolution of 128 per 64 that display all the information, a buzzer that is used to communicate an alarm of the low level of the humidity of the soil, two buttons that will be used to configure the threshold and the calibration of the humidity, and a servo motor that indicates in a visual way which is the level of the humidity. Now the system is powered by the USB cable from the computer, but once that all the system will be mounted, I will use this battery of 9 volts to power all the system. As we can see, the calibration is not right because the sensor is outside, it's completely dry, but we have a percentage of humidity of 63-64%. What can I say is that the sensor send a value, an integer value to the Arduino, and it transform this value in percentage. As I said before, the percentage of humidity is not right because we have the sensor completely dry, but humidity that indicates the system is about 63%. So what can I do is to enter in the configuration menu, pressing the two buttons, and after that here we can choose between to configure the maximum humidity and to configure the value when the sensor is dry, like is this case. So we can navigate with button until the next option. We can see that the value measured by the sensor is 258, so we can choose, pressing the button, to save it, and so we have the calibration of the dry reference. And after that, once that we have this value, we can return to the main menu and choose the first option, that is the calibration. Sorry, this is not the right one. We can navigate to the first one for the humidity calibration. So we can introduce the sensor in water, that it's its maximum humidity that we can measure when there is the maximum of water. So we can see the value of 160 and we can save it. Now we have both limits set up. We can return to the main screen and we can see that the humidity, now that it is measuring, it's about 85. It's about half sensor inside water, and also the visual indication of the arrow say that now there is in the humidity part of the graph. Okay, now we are measuring the humidity, and now we will proceed to dry the sensor. Now the sensor is completely outside the water, so it is indicating that there is the need of the water, and humidity measured is about 10. We will introduce again the sensor in the water, so we can see that the humidity increase and there is no more alarm. Now we can see that if we dry again the sensor, the alarm triggers again and it will sound the alarm sound. I introduce the sensor in the soil moisture of my plant, so now we can see that the system is measuring the moisture of the plant. At the same way, pressing the buttons, we can configure the threshold that can work the plant. So if we increase this threshold, we can arrive at the point that the plant will need more water. At the same time that we can see the measure graphically using the servo motor indication and the display, we can connect with the computer, and I create, using the processing development, a humidity monitor that in real time receive the information from the Arduino Nano and display it in a graphical way. Okay, this will be the prototype mounted in the prototype case. As you can see, there is a sensor, the display, and that's it for this project. Hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching.